Okay, so next thing I want to do. Let's do a foot rig. So, the foot rig. Let's take a look-see poo. What do I need? Let's hide this for a moment. I'm going to go over and I'm going to create my C box. I'll make it a bit bigger. Here, I'm just going to take my move tool. Dook, dook, dook. I just held down V and I middle clicked and moved it over here. Okay, and actually let's get to the side again. Let's just make something that looks nice. So I'm just going to grab my CVs. And also, maybe I'll bring back my geometry for a second. Yeah. You want something that's outside of the shape of your shoe. Okay. Something easy to select from all angles. And, at least that's my opinion. There. Something around your foot. And I can move my vertices around a little bit. And you'll notice that when I go back to object mode, my pivot point will still be in that center right here. Okay. I'm just going to, actually, anything else I want to do? Let's grab just those, grab those CVs there. And, I don't know, just to indicate that that's this foot's pointing that way. Great. And I can maybe push this in a little bit. And I'm just being picky. Go back to object mode. And let's call this L foot underscore control. Great, and I'm gonna freeze transformations, and there's no history to worry about. Okay, and let's hide this puppy here. So we got a foot control, and what other controls do we need? We need a knee control. So if I go in and I create a curve tool, CV curve tool, and I'm just gonna do something that looks kind of like this. Someday I should make something more interesting, but that's good enough for me. And I'm just gonna hit center me pivots, and typically what I do is, let's hold down V there, and I snapped it in that one direction so it lined up completely with my knee. Okay, this was yellow, so when I held down V and I middle clicked, whatever I was closest to, point wise, snap there. Okay, and let's freeze my transformations. I'm going to call this knee control. Okay, so that's cool. That's working. And now, let's get the hypergraph open for this one. So got all these things, and now I need some IK handles for controlling my foot so I can lock it on the ground. And I'm going to go to skeleton, create IK handle tool. Used to call it the IK handle tool in there, and then they changed the names, but they never changed the name here. This is the IK handle tool. I like sticky on. And I go from here to here, and I'm going to go and get the tool again. And I'm going to put one, so hip to ankle, ankle to ball. One more time, ball to toe. Let's close these. Let's name them. So I'll call this one toe IK. Okay, and this one here will become ball IK. And this one here will become the ankle underscore IK. Great. And now what I want to do is I've got to set up a bunch of groups in here. First thing I do maybe is let's just parent the IK, toe IK to the ball IK. So that lets us go in and make toe wiggly type behavior. Great. Okay, now I'm going to take the ankle IK and I'm going to go edit group. And the group comes down over here into the center here, but I'm going to take it, hold down D and V, middle click, pop it there. Okay, and that's going to become my heel lift underscore group. Then I'm gonna do it again, control G, group it, hold down D and V, and I'll put that one right here on my toe. That'll be like my toe pivot underscore group. Okay, and I'm gonna do it again, control G and DV. We'll put this one, oh you bastard. Hold down D and V and middle click, pop it here under the ball of the foot again, and this will be my ball swivel underscore GURP. Great. And I also want to put one of these on my heel, so I'm going to go Control G, and we'll put this one on the heel. I'm going to hold down D and V, middle click, wiggle it there. That should be good. Sometimes if I look at it from the side view, I might decide I want this in a little bit. It looks a little bit better when you pull it just in a wee bit, because a little bit of crash back here on the heel isn't bad. Okay. And so that'll be my heel pivot group. Underscore group. Okay. And then let's just hide this. And I've got one more group to do. Control G, DV, pop it there. And that's going to be my foot underscore GURP. Done. So these are all my lovely pivot points that I need in order to make this all work. Everything's parented in. Oh, I haven't parented one thing in. The ball IK. The ball IK is going to be parented to the toe pivot. Done. Okay, so everything's good. Now, what I want to do is let's go ahead and start working in these hookups here to make the foot work properly. So I'll just bring the geometry back because it's fun to look at it while I'm doing it. I'm going to go into Windows, and I'm going to go to General Editors, Connection Editor. I've got the controller selected. All of the... oh, we haven't made anything yet. Oh, no. All my little set-driven keys, I'm going to go to Modify, Add Attribute, and I'm going to plug in an attribute like toe wiggle. And I'm not going to do any changes in here. I'm just going to hit Add. That puts it there. Now I got a new channel I can play with. I'm going to call this one Ball Swivel. Notice that I don't put any spaces in here, but when I hit Add, it puts a space over here. Just remember, when I'm dealing with this stuff, there's an option down in here for nice names, and they've moved it, and where the hell did it go? Channel names. You can't see this. It goes off the side here and says nice long, whatever. And so we got the ball swivel. We've got heel swivel. Oh. And that's just going to be another add in here. Anything else I want to do? I'm going to do one more, and that'll be the foot roll. And that's easily the toughest one. And just trying to think. Ball swivel, toe, yeah, I think you should be fine with that. There's also like a foot banking I like to do, but that one's a little bit harder, and I'm going to save that for another day. And the foot roll, I'm going to make that minimum -10, maximum 10. Done. Okay, so let's hook some of these up. So I have this selected. If I go to Windows, General Editors, Connection Editor, and whenever you make a custom attribute, it always shows up here. So toe wiggle, what I want to do is I want to hook that up to my ball IK. So I'm going to load that over here into the side, and I look for the rotate, and there it is. It's going to be a rotate X. On mine, it's going to be a rotate X. Okay, great. Those are hooked up. Then ball swivel. Well, ball swivel, we want to do that with the ball swivel here, and that's going to be a rotate Y, but I got to do this. Ball swivel, rotate, open it up, Y. And then I want to do the heel swivel, go to the heel pivot group, and load that up, rotate. That's going to be another rotate Y. Now those are all hooked up and done. And we'll just test them just to make sure that I wasn't crazy. Toe wiggle. Ball swivel. Putting out my cigarettes. Heel swivel. Oh, nice. Okay, great. Those are done. And so now all I got to do is the set-driven key. So the set-driven key. Something I've noticed that I kind of hate is here, not my script editor, this little running man, my animation preferences. If I go into settings animation, my default intangent is auto. I like clamped. I freaking hate those auto tangents. Save. Okay, so now that I've got that set up, what I want to do is do set-driven keys. So I'm just going to go to the heel lift group, and the fastest way to get here, I've noticed, is if you go to here to the rotate X, that's the axis we want to do this on. I'm I'm going to right click, and the option doesn't come up. I have to go to Edit, Set Driven Key, and it loads it up, hooked up in here. Heel lift group, rotate X. And I want to grab my foot control, and I'm going to load that as the driver. And foot roll is going to be doing the driving, and I'm going to key it here. I just keyed it, and when I'm in my hypergraph, I can tell there's animation on something just because it's got that slant on it. Okay, great. And now I'm going to take the foot roll, and let's go forward, so we'll go to, say, 10. And what I can do now is I can take the heel lift group. I can select it from here or there, whatever I want to do. Roll it up. Make it something easy to remember. I'll just do 60 degrees. Something I might not even use. Key. Okay, let's check it out. Foot roll. 10 to 0. Wonderful. Let's go down to 0. Come on, you bastard. 0. Do I have to type it in? Okay. And then I'm going to go to my heel pivot group. And I am now going to load them as the driven. Highlight, rotate X, foot roll, rotate X. Okay, we're on 0. I'm going to key it. And I'll take the foot control, foot roll. I'm going to go to -10. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab the foot roll, -10. Grab the heel pivot group, and we'll rock that up. Let's rock it, man. I'm going to go -45, something like that, and I'll key it. And now we'll just test it out. Does it work? -10 to 10. Okay. There. So that's working all great. What else do I got to do for my foot control here? I got to take this controller, my knee control, and I've got to grab my ankle IK, and I got to go to constrain. And I'm going to use the pull vector constraint. Boop. I'm going to select the knee control, and I'm going to parent it to the foot control. Great. And what do we get? 12, 15. And then I can take the foot control, and I'm going to parent it to the God control. And then I've got to do this all again. What else am I going to do here? The foot, if you're sneaky, what you could do is... let's see, everything's zeroed out here, right? So I could take this and make a duplicate. And did I just hit the right hotkey? Doesn't. Oh, yeah, it did. Okay, and I'm going to group it so I can do this. And so the pivot point goes right there. And then I can do a quick, get my scale, hold down J, whoop, 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 flip it over to the other side. By the way, if that doesn't work, your scale, you need to prevent negative scale. I turned that off. Another stupid setting I freaking hate. It's got a -1 value on it here. I'm just going to go ahead and freeze that. And I'm going to take L foot and L knee. Oh, I did put the L foot in there already, didn't I? Okay, so let's just change that to an R. And knee control hasn't been told what I want to name it yet. And also, too, I'm just going to get rid of that 1. I might just take that knee control and put an R underscore. Actually, I should be really neat and tidy about all this crap. Just because I'm trying to set an example. And this one, L underscore, and the knee, L underscore. Just because your life is so much better when you're neat and tidy. I'm just going to take the foot, and I'm going to go and parent that directly to that. Get rid of that group. Gone. Okay, so those are all set up, and then I've got to do this whole thing over again on the other side. And what else? I don't know if you guys want to watch me do this. Maybe I'll try and do it as fast as I possibly can. Skeleton, create IK handle, click, click. And I'm just going to hit G, go from there to there, there to there, boom, rename them. I might want to take this whole foot group that I've got here and use the modify prefix hierarchy names, capital L underscore, great on all those. And I'm going to take this one, and I guess I have that tool on still. So let's go in here, and that one's going to be my ankle IK. And this one here is going to be my ball IK. And that one will be my toe IK. Okay, there we go. I just parented the toe to the ball. Take the ankle, Control G, group it, hold down D and V, middle click over to here. And that's going to be my heel lift underscore grip. And then I'll group it again. DV, move this one over to the toe. Toe. Did I just spell it wrong? Nope. Underscore group. And I'm going to group it again. There. And then if I go in here, ball swivel group, we got another one to do. Control G. And actually this one I did a mistake. I probably should have put them in the exact same spot, but let's see if I can figure out where it is. So if I hold down D and V and I pop it back here to a vertex, and let's see, this one we're just going to quickly call it heel pivot group. And let's see, if I look at it from the side view, how far did I pull it? So if I go in here and I look, my heel pivot group here, that one's sitting right there. That one's back there. What would I do if I wanted them in the exact same spot? What if I held down D and V? So they're in the same spot. And I do believe they are in this same spot. Okay, good, good, good. And then I'm just going to hold down D. And so I can just move them independently and bring them both forward. Okay, that should be good enough. Okay, and what else do I got to do after that? I got to go in here and put one more group in here. Control G, DV, put it right there. Okay. And that actually is, there's one other move that I guess I have to do in there. Middle click, put on the toe pivot group, name this thing foot underscore group. And I'm just going to quickly go to modify and prefix hierarchy names R underscore, boom, done. And is there something I'm missing on here? Ball swivel, heel pivot, toe. Oh, it's the IK handle. Ankle IK. Why do I have oh, there's a pull vector constraint in here. That's what that is. Okay. So if I take a look at this thing and I go and I grab that IK handle, constrain, pull vector, boop, that's done. So they're both the same. And then I go up and we're going to get the connection editor running. So if I grab my little foot control, Windows, General Editors, Connection Editor, and I can do this without looking. I can go in here to my ball IK, load that into this side. I've already got the rotate selected, and the rotate should be right around here. Great. It'll be a rotate X. I'm going to go to the ball swivel, and I find the ball swivel group and load it into the side here, and that's going to be a rotate Y. Heel pivot, load that in, swivel. I always think of the Y-axis as being a swivel and the X being kind of a rotation, or a different type of rotation. That's how I remember it. And so that's all hooked up. And what time is it? 19 minutes. Okay. If I go in and I grab, what do I want? I want the heel lift. So if I go in and edit, I can't get to the set driven key. I got to hit rotate X, edit, and I can go set driven key, loads it in. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab this, load the driver, and then if I go here to foot roll and key it, and then when I key it, I go and I grab the foot controller, take this to the pause value of 10, take the foot group, and I think I made this into a value of 60. Great. And I'll key that, And we'll take this, I'll take the foot roll back to 0. Let's just type in the value, it's faster. And I'm going to grab the heel pivot group, load that in as the driven with a rotate X, key it, take this foot roll, -10, and I do believe I took this thing and put it at like a -45 degrees. Yay! Key. And that's that. That's done. And let's just check out how these work. When I grab these two controllers here, if I take the foot roll, boop, boop. Okay, and those seem to work just fine. I'm just going to zero them out. Actually, I could put it with the character in place. Might look funnier. Okay, and what else do I have to do here? The final thing is, you'll notice these controllers don't move the feet at all. Okay, they don't move them up and down. So what I do need to do is grab this L foot group, and I'm going to grab this foot controller here, and I'm going to go constrain, parent. I'll do the same thing over here. Grab the controller, grab the group, and I go up constrain, parent. You have to do it in that order, otherwise it won't work. And actually, I just screwed up, didn't I? Because the constraint's on the wrong one. So down over here, I screwed up, and there's that thing, the parent constraint. Try that again. Select this first. Select the controller, then the group. Constrain, parent. And I'm just going to take these things, I'm going to put those into a group themselves, and I'm going to call this group Donut Touch. Underscore GURP. Okay, and we still got to put a few more controllers in here. We got to do the arms and the eyes still. So I'm going to stop right here though.